Hello, welcome back to the VTOL VR Definitive Campaign Guide. We're finishing up the quick flight missions for the F-45 with the final mission, with the final quick flight mission, the final significant quick flight mission for the F-45, Bay Assault. Now, you may notice that it's already marked as completed. That's because I actually, just like Counter Bomber, I also recorded this mission before, and it turned out it was also a disaster, and it was also kind of a disaster. Okay, well, I'm just gonna run and back. I'm gonna make a run for it back to the carrier. So this is what Crimson One felt like after the Battle of the Bering Strait. So I'm re-recording it, just like with Counter Bomber. Yay! All right. So let's head into the mission, Bay Assault. Attack high-value targets in an attack on enemy territory. Now this is actually a pretty difficult mission. Yeah, it is actually a pretty difficult mission. So at least it can be. Let's so we'll get into the briefing and then we'll show you. I'll explain why it's difficult. Complete all the objectives, then return to the assault carrier. You can complete them in any order you choose. There's a mix of hardened surface targets and air targets. Enemy rocket artillery have moved into range and begun firing on our fleet from the other side of a mountain. They have a low hit probability, but we must destroy them. Enemy bombers have also been known to operate from this area. If they decide to deploy them against our assault fleet, they will be a high priority target. We have little intel on their whereabouts, but a handful of enemy stealth fighters are stationed by the bay and must be destroyed. Finally, you must find the enemy command post and destroy the 2 bunkers. The bunkers will likely be adjacent to large supply tents. Enemy bases are well defended, so use caution when operating near them. The mission will be considered a failure if either of our carriers are destroyed. So this mission, we have two carriers, a full-size aircraft carrier and a smaller assault carrier, which we're launching from. We're launching an all-out assault on this enemy base with every aircraft we have, and guess what? We are going to suffer high losses because the AI is just really bad when it comes to enemy SAMs. So yeah, we're gonna suffer a lot of losses, but I guess that's a sacrifice we're willing to make, I guess. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of enemy forces. There's gonna be a lot of air defenses. Allied forces will help us deal will help with some of the air defenses and also help with some of the fighters, assuming they don't die. And yeah. If they do die, well, that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna make things significantly harder for us. But yeah. Anyways, let's go. We have a strategy for this. So this is the loadout. So this is our loadout that we have prepared for this mission. So let me explain our loadout. First of all, in our side base, we have AIM-9 Sidewinders mainly for dealing with enemy fighters. So yeah. On our wing, mounted now, stealth is not a concern for this mission. We do not care about stealth for this mission, so we're carrying a full loadout, including external hard points. We want to carry as much as possible. We really just want to carry as much as possible. So on our wings, we have racks of AGM-145 ballistas, 6 in total. We have AGM-88S ARGMs to help deal with some of the air defenses that our allies don't manage to take out. We have AMRAAMs on our wingtips, mainly for dealing with the bombers. AMRAAMs on our wingtips, mainly for the bombers. And then in our main bay, we're carrying GBO-53 Stormbreaker small diameter bombs. So the GBU-53 Stormbreakers are advanced small diameter bombs that are exclusive to the F-45. Only the F-45 can carry these, and they can only be carried in the main weapons bay. So we did have access to small diameter bombs on the F-45, and technically on the AV-42 as well, but it was not available in the island campaign. So these GBU-39 small diameter bombs were available on the F-A-26. These are smaller. These are basically small bombs. They are small guided bombs that also have wings so they can glide longer distances to their targets. Now, and because they're small, you can carry 4 of them on a single hard point. But of course they're gonna do less damage and have a significantly smaller blast radius than a Mark 82 bomb. These only have like a 200-pound warhead compared to the 500-pound warhead of the Mark 82. Now, the GBU-53. The GBU-53 is similar to the GBU-39, and being small diameter bombs with 200-pound warhead, and carrying 4 in a rack, except the GBU-39s are GPS guided. These are optically guided. So which means they are which means they can track moving They are fire and forget and can track moving targets. The GBU-39, I guess, are fire and forget, but they cannot track moving targets because they're GPS guided. These are optically guided, which means we can just aim at a moving target and then just drop them, and then drop them, and they will guide themselves to the target, and we don't have to continue designating the target. So which will be good for this mission. And first of all, we're gonna be using the GBU-53s against the bunkers, but also against the ships. There is an enemy fleet in the bay, consisting primarily of NMSS cruisers, and they are terrifying. Because you remember the NMSS cruisers? Yeah, they have a whole bunch of them in the bay. We're just gonna like try to sink some of them with our GBU-53s. So that's the plan. Let's get in there. Also, we do not care about thrust to weight ratio. We also don't really care about thrust to weight ratio for the most part. Alright, let's go. So full weapons load and full fuel load. Let's get into it.
India 1-1, clear for engine start. Contact tower for takeoff clearance.
Alright, let's get started up. Now, as you can see, we are here on a different kind of carrier. We are on an assault carrier, which is basically an amphibious assault ship designed for STOVL aircraft, for short takeoff and vertical landing aircraft. So we have 4 F-45s in our squadron. There's also 2 AV-42s in front of the island that are going to simply be taking off vertically. Alright, we're started up. Wingman's taxiing, wingmen are preparing for takeoff. In all likelihood, you're going to be the last one on the takeoff, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about starting up quickly. Tower, India 1-1, request takeoff.
India 1-1, tower, roger that. Hold your position and wait for clearance.
Alright, we're started up. Now we just wait. In the meantime, we're just going to start setting up our systems. And the main thing I just want to do is mark our organs for jettison. That way we can simply jettison the hard points as soon as we fire them off. And I'm actually going to enable ally icons on my HUD, so I can see my allies and watch them, and probably watch them die. Mainly so I can see how many are still alive. So all of our wingmen actually have different. They're actually loaded with different munitions. Like one of them was armed with sidewinders and ballistas on the wings. That one is armed with laser guided bombs. And this one doesn't have any external weapons, only internal. It's interesting. Anyway, it's gonna be our turn next. So this carrier is designed for short takeoff. For short takeoff aircraft, and which is basically a combination of horizontal and vertical thrust, which I'll explain once it's our turn. So there's gonna be a lot happening that's gonna happen in this mission.
1-1 tower clear for takeoff at runway 30.
And I'll try to explain things as best as I can. Oh jeez. Jeez. Woof. Yeah, the rocket artillery is already firing at us. They're unlikely to actually hit, but you know, they could get lucky. I actually have been. There was actually one time I did this mission and I got slammed while I got slammed by the artillery. I got hit by the artillery while I was waiting for my turn to take off. So yeah. Anyways, let's get going. So to perform a short takeoff, we line up on the runway, unfold your wings, and tilt your engines to about 35 degrees. Then you hold the brakes, punch it, wait for your engine to spin up, and let her rip. And you rotate 15 degrees at the end of the deck and start tilting forward. Start tilting in, thrust forward. And then forward thrust, which is set, push it to afterburner, and gear up.
Check your mission objectives. Complete them at your discretion, but make your priority to limit threats to the carrier group.
Roger. Wingman regroup. Wingman regroup. Wingman regroup. Wingman regroup.
Copy.
Okay, that was weird.
This is command.
Anyways.
Our estimate for the location of the enemy rocket artillery has been uploaded to GPS group mission 3. Check that area for targets.
Roger. So our first target is going to be the rocket artillery, which it could be located anywhere within this marked square, or within this marked area. So let's search within the marked area. There are 3 rocket artillery trucks, but there's also a saw guarding them. And we can see the saw right there. The saw there. There's also a rocket artillery truck next to it. I'm just going to send my wingman after those 2. Wingman, attack my target.
Solid copy. Attacking your target.
Wingman, attack my target.
Target spot without any weapons. Copy that. Attacking your target.
All right. And then we're gonna ascend our wingman after those 2 targets, and then we're gonna take out the remaining 2 ourselves. Now you can track the you can identify the rocket launch, the artillery truck locations by just following the rocket trails whenever they launch their rockets. So we can see one here, and we can see there's one over that side. So we're just gonna strafe these rocket trucks.
Shack. Attack order complete.
Good kills, good kills. Wingman, regroup.
Copy that.
Alright, Shack 1. The other one's over there.
This is command. Enemy bombers have been spotted taking off and moving to engage our carrier group. Destroy them on sight.
Alright, enemy bombers are taking off. So that's going to be our next target. Alright, getting into gun range of this rocket truck.
Good
Shack.
hits. All enemy rocket launchers have been destroyed.
Alright, rocket launcher is destroyed. Next target.
Wait, missile.
What?
He got me. I'm going down.
How? Explain how. Alright. Next thing we're gonna attack. We're gonna launch our ARGMs at the remaining ships. So, their allies will conduct will fire harms at the enemy fleet, which should take out most of the SAM radars on the enemy fleet, and we're just gonna fire off our ARGMs to take out the remaining targets. All right, those should be on the way. Now we're gonna head towards the enemy airbase over here. Wingman, radar on.
Copy.
How did you get shot down? One of our wingmen apparently got shot down. Probably got shot down by one of the ships. Probably by a cruiser. That's annoying.
Pull up. Pull up.
Alright, we're gonna use these hills for cover. We're gonna use these hills for cover, or from the enemy radars.
Pull up.
And then we're gonna punch it. Head over and punch it. Selecting enemy fighters. Alright, impact. Alright, harms impact. Were they effective? Not sure. Can actually look at the... we took out one of the radars. Good enough for me, I guess. It'll do. It'll have to do. We took out the radar on the drone carrier. It'll have to do. Wingman engage.
Solid copy, will do.
I'm gonna start. Oh jeez.
Engaging the enemy.
Flare over T. Chav over T.
Damn it. Are you serious?
Over T. Chav. Flare over T. Chav. Flare. Pull up. Pull up. Chav. Flare T.
Woo! Defeated.
It's not one.
Shoot.
Fox 2.
Understood.
Alright. Splash. Alright.
India 1-1, enemy command and control.
We're gonna head towards the enemy airbase.
Bunkers marked on GPS group mission 2.
Missile launch.
Well, Sam launch.
Fox 3.
Over T.
Alright.
Over T.
Incoming. Incoming. In home on jam
Over
missile.
T.
Just gonna turn off my jamming temporarily. Oh jeez.
Shoot.
Alright.
Missiles trashed.
Missile launch.
Break, missile inbound. Missile defeated, re-engaging.
Pull up. Chav. Flare.
Damn it.
Hit, ejecting.
How are you hit?
Missile launch.
Missile.
Shoot.
Defending.
Chav. Flare.
Alright.
Missile defeated.
Altitude. Shoot. Missile launch. Over T.
Woo!
Missile. Defending.
Over
They got me. Punching out.
Over
How? Whoa, whoa!
Over T. Chav. Over launch.
How? What is happening?
Shoot.
Wingmen are apparently down magically. I don't know how.
Over T.
Fox 3. Apparently my wingmen are down. Not sure how they went down. I'm really not sure how they got shot down.
Missile
That's
launch.
really annoying. Alright, we're taking out the bombers. Fox 3's away. Bombers destroyed.
Bomber threat has been eliminated.
Over T. Over T.
Alright, so what we did right there, we made a beeline for the airbase. We made a beeline for the airbase, then we took out all the air defenses at the airbase. There is a SAM radar, the DS radar, and also there's two
Over T. Shoot.
and two saws. There's also and an IRAPC. There's also a backup SAM radar which will activate once the first SAM radar is destroyed.
Shoot. Missile launch. Chav. Flare.
Flares out. Good flares, good flares. Alright, bombs away.
Shoot.
I just fired off my ballistas at those I used my ballistas to take out all those air defenses.
Command. Destruction of enemy C2 bunkers confirmed. Keep up the good work.
Chav. Launch. Flare. Chav. Flare.
Woo! Yeah, there's some man pads over there. Be careful. Alright, enemy. Alright, this area is done. This area is dealt with. We're gonna head over to
Missile launch. Chav. Flare. Chav. Flare.
We're gonna first. We're gonna head over to the enemy fleet here. There appears to be only one cruiser that has active radar remaining. We're gonna use a ballista to take out the remaining radar. And there are also a bunch of wow, really? There are also a bunch of drones. There are also a bunch of drones protecting the enemy fleet, so you want to be careful about those. apparently there's one F-826 still alive, and he's apparently taking out all the drones. Good job.
Shoot.
He's being attacked by the fleet, though.
Missile launch.
Ooh, good kill, good kill. Rifle.
Over T. Over T. Over T. Over T.
Alright, anyways, we're gonna head over here to this airbase over here because there is a secondary airbase over here, and this is where the enemy stealth fighters are stationed. There are some AAA guns below us. We're just gonna like try to just avoid them. We're just gonna like not really concern ourselves with them too much, and we're just gonna try to strafe these stealth fighters before they get airborne.
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
All right,
Pull up.
it's two down. Coming back around for another pass.
Over T. Over T.
All right, good kill.
This is command.
All right,
All enemy stealth fighters have been
all
shot
stealth
down.
fighters neutralized.
India 1-1 command. You have completed all of your primary objectives. Return to the assault carrier.
Looks like the enemy looks like the F-826 was shot down. That's to be expected, honestly. We're being fired at by these oh jeez, by this AAA down there. Don't worry about it. Anyways, the enemy fleet's air defenses appear to be neutralized. Appear to be mostly neutralized. So we're gonna go for a bombing run on them. There are just only a few more drones left.
Shoot.
We're going for a bombing run.
Shoot.
Pickle. Alright, bombs away.
Shoot.
Gonna drop a couple of bombs.
Over T.
Alright, Fox 2. Fox 2 on the drone. Drone neutralized.
Over T.
Alright, bombs away.
Shoot.
Bombs away. Alright,
Over
Fox.
T.
Alright. Shack.
Over T.
Two ships. Alright, 2 cruisers sunk. That's 2 cruisers sunk. We're being fired at by the Sea Whiz guns. Now we don't. Oh geez, there's also a drone behind us. Oh geez, careful. There's also a drone behind us. I'll be careful about that. Damn it. Where'd you go? Up there. It's up there. Come on.
Shoot.
Fox 2. And that should take care of the drone. Alright, enemy drones neutralized. Alright, so... Alright. Oh shush, you are way out of range. Looks like there's just two NMSS cruisers and the drone carrier remaining. And we have 2 GBU-53s remaining. We're gonna make a bomb run in one of these. Bombs away. And we're basically out of munitions at this point. All right, nice. Only 1 cruiser remaining. We have one missile left, so we're just gonna fire it off. Yeah, it was worth a shot. It was worth a shot. It's not enough damage. What we can do at least is we can do something risky. You know what? I feel like doing something risky. We're gonna like try to strafe the Sea Whiz guns. Yes, I know. It's that's crazy. Yes, I know. That's crazy. You're gonna do what?
Over T.
That's 2 Sea Whiz guns down.
Over T. Over T. Over T.
Okay, that's 2 Sea Whiz guns down. There's one left on. There's 1 Sea Whiz gun left on that cruiser.
Over T. Over T.
So I don't really explain in our strategy that well. Basically, my strategy for this mission is, first of all, we take out the rocket artillery, the rocket trucks, because they're the closest, and you can take them out real quick. Then I took out the.
Over T. Over T.
And then after that, I took out the. Then we went for the airfield, we took out the air defenses of the airfield, and we also like took out the bombers before, like soon after basically right after they took off. I mentioned before, but remember, you always want to take out bombers before they head out. They start heading towards. They start heading out. They start cruising. Ideally, before during their climb, you want to take them out. You want to take out bombers before they get into cruise, because they can go really fast in cruise. So we took them off basically very soon after they took off. And yeah, that's ideal. And what's not ideal is all of our wingmen dying. So yeah, all of our wingmen getting shot down. They appear to have gotten shot down by fighters. Yeah, that just happens sometimes. Alright, we've completely, we basically completely crippled this, this fleet. These remaining vessels. They have no weaponry remaining. They cannot do anything. These remaining ships, they cannot do anything anymore. Yeah, we really don't have to do this. I just wanted to cripple all these ships, because because really these vessels have caused me so much grief. These ships have just these ships have caused me so much grief, and I just really wanted to take them out. But yeah, at least taking out the air defenses, the radars on these ships at least it's actually really helpful for the mission. So that's why we brought the Argums. That's why we brought the Argums, so we could take out the. So we could take out the ship's radars. All right, those ships are completely crippled, but we do not have the ordnance to sink them, so we're just gonna head back to base. Returning to base. Everyone else is dead. So I just want to make it clear: everyone else is dead. But everyone else has been shot down. All of our allies have been shot down. The only thing still in the air is a refueling drone. So, yeah. Just don't go into this expecting your allies to survive the mission. This mission is honestly can be pretty random. this mission and the result, the outcome of this mission can actually be pretty random. Like, especially if your ally, if your especially depending on if your allies, like, especially the effectiveness of their seed attacks mainly. If their seed attacks are not too successful, then this mission will become a lot harder. But if their seed attacks are successful, and then that simplifies things a lot. So in this instance, their seed attacks appear to have been a bit more successful than average, a bit more successful. So that's good. So what we did is we took out. So to recap, we took out. First we take out the rocket artillery, fire off our ARGMs to neutralize any remaining SAM radars, to hopefully neutralize any remaining SAM radars on the ships. Then we use terrain for cover and head towards the airfield. The airfield where we mainly send our wingmen after the fighters. And I take out the air defenses at the airfield, consisting of 2 SAM DS radars and 2 SAWs, as well as an IR-APC. And then we try to take out the bombers soon after they take off. And then we turn around and then we bomb. We were given the coordinates of the bunkers that we need to destroy. We just bomb the bunkers with our GBU-53s. He's being mindful of the man pads that's by the bunkers. And then we head towards the enemy fleet. If there are any surviving MAD 4 radars, because there are also a couple of MAD 4 radars along the shore. If there are any surviving MAD 4 radars, if any of them survive the seed attack, we also want to take those out after taking out the bunkers. And then what I do is I fire off. If I check for any surviving SAM radars on the ships, and I take them out using my ballistas. And then I go to the secondary airfield and I strafe the stealth fighters before they can be airborne, ideally. Anyways, let's get it down to let's get landed. Tower, India 1-1, request landing.
India 1-1, tower, cleared to land on pad 0-1.
So to perform a landing on an assault carrier, we have to do a vertical landing. But it's a vertical landing on a moving platform. So yeah. We're gonna have to. So what we have to do is we're gonna have to match the speed of the carrier. I'm gonna turn off the ally HUD to make my view a bit, to clear up my view a bit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to line up with the assault carrier. We're gonna approach it. We're gonna approach the carrier parallel on the left side. Now, and I said, this mission can be pretty difficult. You're just gonna have to, like, you're just gonna have to work, and especially if your allies, if a lot of your allies die before. Sorry, we're gonna activate VCAP. If a lot of your allies die before too many of the air defenses are neutralized, you're gonna have to work around that, or you may just want to try restarting to try to get a better result. That may be a good idea. Alright, we're gonna use VCAP to help our vertical landing. We're gonna gradually approach the carrier on the left side, gradually reducing our speed. Okay, this is too slow. Alright. So we're going to approach the carrier on the left side, or we're going to start reducing our speed. The carrier is moving at about, I think, is moving at like 27 knots. So basically, we want to fly. We want to approach. We want to be flying parallel to our assigned landing pad, which is our the first first landing pad right here. And while we're parallel to the landing pad, and we wanna have our speed matched with the carrier. All right, so we're about parallel now. I'm gonna try to speed match. Speed is about matched right now, and yeah, speed is basically matched right now. And then now we're gonna sidestep over. Okay, we're drifting forward a bit, trying to reduce our speed. We're gonna sidestep over, and then we're just gonna
Ground crew's ready for you.
and we're just gonna sidestep over to float over the landing pad, and we're gonna just levitate, and then we're just gonna slowly descend. What are these missiles launching? What's going on? Oh, those are anti-ship missiles. I see missile. Oh, looks like the cruisers launching ASMs at the cruisers, at the enemy cruisers. All right, fine by me. Go get him.
Missile launch.
Yep. And you have to land on the assault carrier, so make sure you practice your vertical landings. All right. So we touch down on the landing pad. We touch down on the carrier, and then then VCAP off. Fold your wings, tilt forward, and we just taxi over to the parking spot. And yeah, that's the mission. Again, pretty complex, pretty tricky mission, pretty complex. It's just things you're gonna have to work around. But if you but this strategy should hopefully be somewhat consistent. Just keep at it, I guess. But yeah, there's a good chance you are gonna be the last one alive. But your squadron may survive. But if you're lucky, your squadron may survive. And then and if your squadron survives, you'll be treated to a comical sight of. And you tell them to land on the assault carrier, you'll be treated to a comical sight of one of them landing on the carrier and then getting stuck on the island trying to taxi to the parking spot. So yeah. Right, NMSS cruiser sunk. The NMSS cruiser sunk by the cruiser's anti-ship missile. Good. All right. Well, that's the mission. But yeah, again, a pretty tricky mission, but just try to follow along with my strategy, and it should be all right. Also, don't die. You know, don't die. All right, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.